What's up, you guys? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, May 2nd, and I just figured that I'd jump on and chat with you guys. And since I can't see all of you face to face, I figured this would be a good idea to chat with you quickly about two amazing things that I have going on in case you feel inspired to jump into those. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is Soulcation, and the second is aligned. They're both two very different things, but I wanted to tell you a little more about the heart behind it, the intention behind it, and just kind of answer your questions, because I would ideally love to talk to you all on the phone, and I'm actually down. So if any of you want to connect about Soulcation, I usually do jump on the phone with all the participants, but I love talking to people. I love myself to be able to ask questions and get a real sense of things before I join in something. So just know that you have the ability to connect with me on the phone if after this you feel like you still have questions. So let's talk Soulcation and what this is all about. As you probably know, this is my retreat. And this is a retreat that I do in Tulum for the most part. However, this will be expanding in different places. But the intention of the retreat and what this was all about for me is I needed to create a space for myself to pour back into me. I was living in a season of my life where I was going through the motions of my everyday life. I had not yet discovered personal growth. I had not discovered this whole world that I'm now obsessed with, which is weird because it's like, I don't remember who I was before this stuff. But I was going through life, and when you're not careful about where you're going, then you'll find yourself in places that you actually don't really want to be in like personal patterns that are not your highest good, in relationships that may not be serving you, in career paths and friendships. And all of that is okay. Like, I honestly believe that the path of our life is exactly what we're meant to go down, that everything happens for a reason and everything can be used for good. And it doesn't matter to me. Okay, I'll get to that second point. So if you resonate with that and you're like, oh, okay, I've been going through life without really thinking about what do I actually truly want and creating that, then don't worry, because I was in the same exact place. The beauty of this life is the present moment is the moment where you plant the seeds. This is where you get to decide what I want next. What do I really care about? How do I desire to feel? What is the version of me that I would ideally like to become? And plant those seeds now, and that's what your future will be. However, if you don't take the time to step away and get clear and really decide and dream about what you actually want, then you're just going to keep getting whatever, which is fine. Whatever is cool. But if you're watching this and if you're in my world, you're probably on a path to growth, and you probably do want to create the most amazing life for yourself. Now, the thing that I want to stress, and if we do work together, when we do work together, whether it's in coaching or whatever capacity, I'm going to ask you to get clear on what you want, but not from a place of limitation, and not from a place of scarcity or fear, and not from a place of our wounded self who knows to only ask for a little because we haven't really believed in ourselves up until this point. I'm going to ask for you to strip away all of that and get clear on what you really want. Not like what you think you could maybe like have. No. So that's where the work comes in. That's where it's really important to get honest about, like, what are my beliefs about myself that are maybe holding me back? What are my beliefs about what's possible in love and relationships that are maybe holding me back? What am I afraid of that's maybe holding me back? Am I afraid to be seen? Am I afraid to, look, if you have a dream of putting music out to the world, or writing a book, and this is something that's been on your heart, But the larger part of you is like, this isn't going to be good. No one's going to like this. What if you put this out and people laugh at you? Or what if it's a waste of your time? Those what ifs, those doubts, those fears are what's guiding your life. And they don't allow you to be fully expressed because they're holding you back and keeping you small. So we have to uncover what are the fears and blocks that we want to get rid of. And getting rid of them is actually easier than you think, because once you're aware of those blocks and patterns, that already starts to dissipate them. The bad thing is when you don't explore them and you don't look for them and they're hiding beneath the surface, secretly influencing the decisions you make, the life you go after, the goals you go after, and they limit it without you realizing it. That's the part where that's where it's harmful, right? So it makes sense that an important part of our journeys are to be really honest and think about like where we're holding ourselves back. And then from that clear place, then we could think about, okay, now that that shit's gone, like what do we actually want? And then how do we get there? Like, what are the new mindsets I'm going to have to practice? What are the new beliefs I need to put in place so that I don't start down the path and then go back as soon as I hit some like fears, you know? So we really explore all that together. And we do that at Soulcation. We honestly kind of do that in all of the work that I do. But Soulcation is a really beautiful experience because that is the content that we're discussing in my daily classes. So the program really involves, of course, we're in a beautiful setting. We're in a luxurious beachfront, beautiful, holistic, conscious, positive, high vibration hotel. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. But the daily content, what I teach every single day to our private group, is a really hands-on, practical discussion and application of how we do this, how we get clear of what we want, on what we want, how we get rid of the blocks, how do we get rid of the fears, like, and do it together as a process and learn how to do it sustainably back in your everyday life. And then how do we call in and receive the things we want? Like, how do we connect to our intuition so we know what steps to take? How do we create new beliefs so that our mindset is on board and doesn't take us in an opposite direction? How do we repair the past hurts and the past, things that might be holding us back? And how do we get ourselves into a good place, mind, body, and soul? And how do we maintain that? And how do we receive better? A lot of us like block receiving because we don't feel good enough. So we'll be like, no, we don't need you to do that nice thing for me. Or like, no, don't give me that gift, or don't buy me anything, or don't do that. No, don't give me that compliment. When you're not receiving, the universe, you make it hard for the universe to give, like when you're not receiving in your everyday life. So all of these are things that we will explore together in our daily class. And there's small groups. Like this is going to be probably 8 to 10 of us total. And the number one question that I get, which makes me just love you even more, are that people wonder about the people. They're like, are the people going nice? Like, are they like friendly? Like, I'm coming on my own, or I'm 50 years old and I'm coming, or I just went through a breakup and I'm in a hard place. Like, what are these people like? The most important thing to me in this retreat are the people there, the energy that they're in, and the intention that they have. So you can only come if your intention is to be fully present and to explore and grow. Like if you're there to create pretty pictures in Tulum, like you might as well not invest in a retreat, right? Like, and you could take pretty pictures all day, but I want you to attend the classes and I want you to apply them and I want you to show up for you. That is my only requirement for you. Oh, and also that you, of course, be kind and respectful to everybody else, because everybody's going to be talking about things that are meaningful and deep. And so we've got to support them and listen and not be on our phones. And these classes are about an hour to an hour and a half a day. That's not that much time. So I really care that if you come, you are kind and open to the people that are there and that you're really there for the right reason, which is to grow. So So given that, then you're allowed to come. And then to support that program, which is like the whole point of the retreat is to get really clear and call in and activate the things you want. But the other things that we have planned really support that. So the foods that you're going to be eating, and I don't choose the foods for you. Breakfast is included. It's a beautiful spread. You could choose whatever is on the menu. And then you get an $80 a day credit to use at one of the restaurants. And they have 3 restaurants. They're stunning, ridiculous, beautiful, prepared with love foods. So, and all of this is very much in alignment with the whole point of this retreat, which is to take time out to do what your soul is calling you to do. And that also involves what you're eating. So I'm not providing you a set menu and you're detoxing, you're doing this. You choose. If your body is like, I need some meat today, then eat your meat. And if your body is like, I am going to fast until the afternoon, I want juices, do your thing. And if your body is like, I want 3 margaritas at my lunch, then do your thing. Nobody can tell you what you need but you. And this is the beauty of this experiment, this experience, which is, I guess, an experiment, is to give yourself that opportunity, maybe for the first time ever, to really ask yourself every day as you wake up and as you navigate through your 5 days at Soulcation, what do I feel like I need today? And then give it. Do you need a beach walk? Do you need to go swim? Do you need to book yourself a healing massage? Do you want to take some workshops and dive in and learn even more? Because Noma Day, the hotel, has so many different classes all day. So in addition to my class, you can attend expert-led workshops on astronomy, breath work, Mayan calendar, healing, lovemaking, dancing, like whatever you want. So it really is the perfect mix of structure and freedom. So a little bit about, so we've talked about the classes, we've talked about the food, we've talked about the fact, oh, there's going to be other healing experiences that are part of the Soulcation regimen. So we will be doing a cacao ceremony. We will be doing a sound healing ceremony. We will likely do a temescal healing, which is like a heated thing, an ice bath. So all of these things are meant to push you outside of your comfort zone and have you do something that you haven't done before. You may have done a sound healing, you may have done some of these things, but you haven't done it the way they do it at this place in Tulum, which is why I love it. So these experiences get you out of your comfort zone. And why that's so powerful is that when you can sit your ass in a 4-minute ice bath, whereas your mind is like, get out, you can't do it, this is too cold, why are we doing this? And you can override those thoughts in the moment. Guess what you're going to be able to do when you go back into real life? You're going to be able to override those thoughts, override those fears. And when the fear comes up and is like, no, don't put that book out to the world. No, don't ask for that raise. No, don't tell your partner what's bothering you. You cannot listen to the fear and you can choose what you really want to do, what you really want to say. And so it's a very transformational experience in that you're breaking through your fears and your blocks and your mindset in a very tangible way. So those are the programming. There's 2 rooms to choose from. And I really wish they would change the label of the room, specifically the tent room, because it's not a tent. It's a wooden structure with wooden floors and private bathrooms and premium linens and air conditioning and robes and body products. And it's the bougiest, it's not a tent. It's got like a tarp, but it's not a tent at all. So they're gorgeous. So if you feel called to a deluxe tent room, that's one of the types. The other type is the arena suite, and that's a level up. So if you feel like splurging, you want something bigger, you want something nicer, then do that. But this is a luxury hotel. So everything you do, everything you get, each room is beautiful. So those are the 2 room choices. And what else do I have to tell you? The people. I know we touched on this, but I think my favorite thing is that, and let me read you this. By the way, Matt's going to walk in. So if you hear him, so my friend, Lisa, who is now my friend, she booked this retreat last year for her 50th 50th birthday present to herself. And I get the question, like, is everybody young? Is everybody like, people are concerned about the people. So I said, Lisa, I got this question today. How old are the peeps in your Soulcation? Is anybody in their 40s or is it all more 20s, 30s? And she said, oh, really? I was wondering if I was going to be the oldest before I went. And I was, and it didn't matter. Age doesn't matter because everybody is there for the same thing. I was 49 and Kristen was the youngest. She was 27 and we got along so well. And they've gone to like meet up in other places. They really are like friends now. Conversation was so easy. Tell your peeps that. And I said, I will. I want everybody to think like you. It's truly about the soul. And she says, yep. And the soul has no age. I think the thing that she was most excited about, she's like, I found it so easy to talk to people. Like, so that's why I want, my only requirement is that you are open and friendly and talkative to people, and that you participate and you get outside your comfort zone and you do things and you're going to be supported and loved by me. We're going to do, you get a private session, which I'm so excited about, and you get to use this private session after the retreat. So once you're home, I would say like 2 weeks to a month after, book your sesh so we can catch up. I can make sure you're good. I can make sure you're feeling amazing, implementing the things and just navigating after the retreat. That's all I got on Soulcation. And we are 3 weeks away. It's May 24th through 28th. We start on a Wednesday evening around 7 p.m. You're going to check into your hotel, you're going to settle, you're going to relax, and you're going to meet me in the gratitude tent, which is like the structure where all the workshops are hosted. And you're going to meet the crew. I'm going to give you a hug and you're going to set your intention for the weekend. And then we're going to have a group dinner. The next morning will be like the rest of the mornings. This is where the structure comes in. There's 8 a.m. yoga. It's optional, but it's in the yoga shala every day, a different teacher every day, and it's mixed level. I'm not a yogi. Everybody thinks I'm a yogi. I'm actually not. You'll see when you do a class with me, I'm like decent. But these classes are all levels, which is great. But they're so fun. So we start with 8 a.m. yoga to get the body moving. And then we go down for breakfast. Sometimes we eat, sometimes people don't eat, but if you want, the crew will be down there eating breakfast. You can eat at whatever time you want. And then change, go walk on the beach, relax, do what you want. And then 11 a.m. is our daily class. So that is my class. I have these workbooks for you that we're going to be working through that you get to keep forever. And that's our daily routine. So our mornings have structure. And then in the afternoon, you're free. I will have some activities planned, like those ceremonies that I talked to you about for you to come to. And those will be like 3 p.m. and they're on property. So you can literally do what you want. And then some of the evenings will come together. Some of the evenings are for you on your own, dinner-wise, so that you can explore different places in town. The hotel can give you recommendations. You have a personal concierge assigned to you. So I think you should book it. It's an investment. It's an investment in you. But there's like, what are you going to buy? Like a purse? What are you going to like, what is a better way to spend your money than a luxury vacation, your relaxation, your peace of mind, new friendships, beautiful food, moving your body, getting inspiration, getting clarity, and like learning how to manifest what you want for the rest of your life? Like, is there any better money to spend on yourself than that? No. I think Lisa even said, so let's talk about how much it is. Let's talk about how much it is. I will give you the pricing. So Soulcation, okay, so the tent room is, okay. So the tent room for a single occupancy is $3,300. Okay, so that includes 4 nights, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and all the taxes and fees included in the 4 rooms. And this is a room all to yourself. That includes your daily breakfast every single day. And it's a big breakfast. That includes $80 a day to use at the restaurants. So I've been told that people don't really need to like exceed that. You probably don't need to exceed that unless you're like Matt and you like binge on a grilled lobster on the beach. Like, do you? But that will cover most, I think, if not all of your lunch and your dinner. Unless, of course, you go off property. Alcohol is not included. That's strictly for food. Then you get our daily classes, private coaching session. And my private coaching, to be honest, right now is $3,900 a month. And if you do 1 month for one session and a month of like audio coaching, it's $1,500. So like a single session, you now get a session. You also get, what else do you get? Daily yoga, all the programming, the workbooks, you get a welcome gift. And so that is $3,300 for the tent on your own. The arena suite is $4,200 for the arena suite on your own. And if you want to double up, if you want to come with a friend, or if you're like, Lena, I want to come on my own, I would ideally love double occupancy. Do you have someone I can partner with? We can try. However, the arena suite can have 2 beds. The tent, you would be sharing a bed. So I recommend coming with someone if you want to lower the cost. The Lex tent is $2,700 a person. Arena suite is $3,200 a person. So that's the price. That is the whole deal. And I was going to tell you guys about Aligned, but I think I'm just going to keep this to Soulcation because we've been chatting for 21 minutes about Soulcation. So this is all about Soulcation. To book it, you can DM me, you can email me, you can like call me if you have my number, text me, whatever it is. And if you have questions, we can connect on the phone. But that is the deal. It's male, female, it's every single age. You can come solo, you can come with a friend, whatever you would like. It's truly the best experience of life. I have people go and they're like, I need to do this once a year for myself. And don't wait to do this until you have issues in your life. This is not only if you have issues in your life, this is your self-care. This is time for you. This is essential every year. You might as well do it in the best place ever. All right. Hope to see you there. I love you guys.